All right. Are we live? Check. 1, 2. All right. RetroArch, front end for emulators. It's not an emulator per se, it's a front end for basically all the popular emulators. Puts them all in one place. And also, you're able to run, if you have the original game disc, it'll run those also. And there's an online, is it going to show? No, and it also does online multiplayer. So you can play your Sega Genesis and your Super NES games online multiplayer with it is one of its features. And it's available for just about everything. It's cross-platform, so here's all the stuff it's available on. Linux, Windows, Mac. It's also tablets, phones, as well as consoles. So you can get this on your Switch. And so here's it even supports Windows 95 for Christ's sakes. Raspberry Pi, of course, Android. I did try it on my Android phone. And Super NES and Genesis at least work really good on there. Of course, Linux, iOS. Now, it of course is a pain in the ass to stick this on an iOS device, and it was convoluted to me. But just on a side note, if anyone can write down some simple, concise constructions on how to do this on Apple in Japanese, that would be much appreciated to help my friend of mine out from 30 plus years ago. So, but anyway, it's on consoles too, including the Switch. It says it's not on the PlayStation 3, but coming soon. It says it's on the Switch, on the Wii U, and the Wii, and all this other stuff that you can stick this on. Hey, LDG of Geeks and Joy. So let's go ahead and take a look at it. And I'm using a wired Xbox controller. And one of the features that it has, like I was saying, is Netplay. And what you do is you both have to be running the same core, and I'll get to that in just a second. And you both have to, you're supposed to both be running the same version of RetroArch, but you load your Super NES or your Genesis, and I'm not sure how many consoles it supports, but I have specifically seen it support at least those two-player games or more. I'm not sure how many players those consoles supported. And you both load your content, and then one guy hosts it after he runs the content, and then the other person can join, and you can online multiplayer your old console games, which is another unique thing with RetroArch. Now let's look at the cores here. Online updater, core downloader, and you can see all the different emulators that this thing can support, and you can see which ones I have installed. I have a few different versions of the MAME installed on this machine. This isn't not the machine. All your different Ataris are supported. Your Coleco, Commodore, several different Commodore 64 emulators are available to install. And this list will be different on different platforms. Like your Android version may not have as many cores or emulators available, but there's all kinds of stuff Nintendo, Famicom, Nintendo 64, which I'll show you another feature real quick here. SNEX, and I'm running, and which there's a whole bunch of different emulator cores available. And so, Sega Dreamcast, the Sega Flycast. Now this isn't my game. This isn't the rig that I have set up for my gaming rig. My gaming rig is actually a Pentium laptop. From my retro gaming rig is a Pentium laptop from 2014, and even that Pentium laptop from 2014 does Dreamcast emulation just fine with the Flycast emulator. So I don't have all the stuff on this one that I have on my old PC that's actually set up for retro gaming. So anyway, there's all kinds of systems we can emulate right through this one front end. And some of these you will have to provide BIOS files, but the ones that I'm going to show you, you don't. And we've got a knock at the door. I'll be right back. Yeah. Oh, well, scrappy. Come on in, I'm streaming, talking about RetroArch.
I was bored, and I'm not going to Tony's no more.
I haven't been over there in a while.
No, that's done.
Yep. Yeah.
Ian
Good.
fucked it up.
Good. Well, yeah. Good for you.
He puts turmeric in fucking everything.
But anyway, like I said, I'm live now, so you're hot on the mic.
Okay.
And if you get too close, you'll be on the video too.
I don't care about that.
So anyway, where was I? So let's back up here. Back up here some more. And so I just have a few things on here. Like I have some I have a few arcade games. My Lunar Lander ROMs aren't working. I can't tell you where to get ROMs. I think I have all the Genesis on here and N64. I'm not sure. Oh, one of the features is you can, like your N64 games can be widescreen. So let's check this F1 just for a demonstration. Let's run this. And you'll notice we're in our 4:3 aspect ratio. Come on, game. Turn that up a little bit. And so you see where their 4:3 ratio. Expansion, and it's emulating N64 with expansion pack, and we hit our start button, and blah blah blah. We're in 4:3 ratio. Now what we can do is we can go in here, and we have options, and we can configure this for widescreen. Now let's go back, back again. Close content, and now when I rerun this, we should be at a 16:9 aspect ratio if everything's working right, and boom, there we are. So that's one of the features. I think that's just a feature of that core. Oh boy, we got bots. All right. I guess I've got to the big time. Remove. And report. Shoot. I finally have, for the first time, I have a need for a moderator. I guess I've hit the big time. Back to. And so now you see we're in widescreen. And when I did this, not recording it with OBS, it did not stutter and it was smooth. It was smooth the last time I did this. Dang it. So of course it's going to mess up while I'm actually streaming. But you can, on some of your emulators, you can change them from the 4:3 ratio to widescreen. And like I said, when I tested this, when I did this before I was streaming, it was nice and smooth. It didn't stutter like it's. So I'm not sure if that has to do with OBS going, or because it did not stutter before. So I'm just going to guess that OBS is messing with it. But so sorry about the bad demonstration, but it does show that you can, and it, like I said, it was smooth when I did this without OBS running. So I'm gonna go with that's what's interfering with it. I might be wrong, but there's your N64 games in widescreen. Oh, now it's gonna smooth out. Nope. So, and there's settings. There's other settings too that you can mess with. So anyway, so there's one of the things you can do. Let's go ahead and close that content. And there's the but basically, and now some of this stuff you do have to manually put stuff in. Like you might have to come in here in the system folder, and this is going to be in different places on different systems. And you might have to put BIOS files and ROMs in here manually. For like the MAME, I had to manually add the samples for the games that use samples. For instance, Donkey Kong, some of the sounds won't be missing if you don't manually add the samples. And then I did add the Space Invaders artwork just for that one to demonstrate it. So but for the most part, most of it's done here in RetroArch through the online updater. But you do have to provide for your own BIOS files. You do have to provide your own ROMs. And I have been thinking about playing this Sega Genesis Shadowrun. And I'll figure out, and like I so that's about it. Just a short video, and you got your save game options and all that stuff too, to tell the world about your Lord and Savior on this Sunday afternoon, RetroArch. It's a great front end for all the emulators. Like I said, you can put it on your phone, your tablet, some of your consoles, and it supports online play. So you can like online multiplayer your old console games. And it will play the original game CDs also. So like I said, it's just so that's about, it supports different controllers. And like I said, I did try it on my phone. Even I don't play games on my phone, But Super NES and Sega Genesis work just fine on my phone. On my old Pentium laptop, I haven't tried anything past Dreamcast, but Dreamcast worked good on my old laptop with a Pentium in it from 2014 Pentium laptop with a Pentium. And so I've been thinking about playing this game here because they say it's one of the best Sega Genesis RPGs. We'll see. But there it is. RetroArch, a great, easy to use front end that puts all your emulators all in one place and makes it easy to manage. And thanks for watching. And I'll see you later.
You smoking?
Yeah.